The San Diego Padres seem to have the biggest hole at first base slash DH, and I'm going to give you exactly the moves that AJ Preller is more than likely to make, with also my pick of what's the best move for the San Diego Padres to not only win a World Series this year, but to hopefully start a dynasty. That is the plan in this video. Hello everyone, my name is FamedFriar. Welcome back to another video. Guys, if you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe and check out all the other videos if you want any more insight on the San Diego Padres offseason. Without further ado, let's hop into talking about the San Diego Padres first base dilemma. Padres currently have a hole at first base, to say the least. We don't have a person on our roster besides Jake Cronenworth who can play first base, and you know what? There's a very good chance that Jake Cronenworth may sneak in, and he's one of the options for first base. I know a lot of people are against it, a lot of people don't like it, but hey, the good thing about having guys like Jake Cronenworth, Ha-Seong Kim, and Tatis is they're flexible baseball players. You can put them anywhere you want. That's the major value in why we have these guys. But we're going to discuss strictly first baseman on the open market right now that we could add to our roster. Now, the first person I'm going to discuss, and the most commonly discussed name, is going to be Jose Abreu. Jose Abreu is the most commonly discussed name for sure, and he's coming off of a great season. His age 35 season was a great season. He had a 304 batting average, 15 bombs. I believe he had over 100 RBIs this year. No, he only had 75 RBIs. But the guys had a great year. He finished 17th in MVP. He has pretty much moderate defense for a first baseman, about league average. On base percentage of 378, slug of 446, OPS of 824. Those are all amazing stats, and he won a 60-game season MVP. And he's been great since probably 2017 was his last. Not even. I can't find a bad year on Jose Abreu's resume. Maybe 2021. But he also just had a drop in average and I believe a spike in power as he hit 30 home runs. But this is my big issue with him. We're talking about a guy coming out of his age 35 season that wants a 3-year contract. Do we really want someone under contract till he's 38 years old? Yes, I understand first basemen can have a long time. They have a long shelf life, everything like that. Yes, I understand that, but you're asking me to pay a guy who's older than dirt at this point. And I don't know how I feel about that. There's a great chance he hasn't played outside of Chicago. He spent his whole career in Chicago. There's a great chance that he could completely fall off if he leaves Chicago. And I don't think that that's going to happen necessarily, but it's just not my best choice. I want to go with something that I know I feel more comfortable in consistency. I could very well see Jose Abreu showing up to San Diego, hitting 240 with 8 home runs. And then it's like, dude, we're paying this guy between 15 to 20 million a year to hit this shitty? Like, no, that's not what you want. So for that reason, I put him as, yes, probably our second best option in terms of the San Diego Padres options, but it's just not the best in a very dull and shallow free agent market at the first base position. But that's going to bring us to the second person on the list, a name that we're familiar, and that name's Josh Bell. Josh Bell obviously spent half a season here, and anyone that's asked me about his half season or even Juan Soto's half season, I have trouble measuring people that are coming back from being traded at the deadline. Like it's hard to measure players that get traded at the deadline. Their true value always diminishes. They have to move their family. They have to do all these things to hopefully put it together. And there's a lot of just background stuff going on when stuff like that happens, so it's hard to perform on a baseball field. Am I saying Josh Bell and Juan Soto should have performed better? Of course they should have. But am I shocked that they performed as bad as they did? No. Brandon Jury's a rare case where someone comes over and continues to play at a consistent level or an even better level, I believe, in Brandon Jury's case. But let's go ahead and talk about Josh Bell. Josh Bell, the first thing I want to say is he's projected to make less than Jose Abreu at this very moment. So if you're telling me I'm spending less, getting a younger baseball player, Josh Bell just finished his age 30 season. And let's just say his time with the Nationals was great. He hit above 300. He also had 57 RBIs, 14 home runs in 103 games. That's pretty great, especially considering that lineup didn't have any offense. He probably could have had over 100 RBIs if he had bats in front of him, besides Juan Soto. And then we get to his time in San Diego, 192 batting average, 316 on base percentage, which is really impressive. He was walking a lot, and it's a humongous jump. And that's the other thing Juan Soto saw. Both of them saw a huge jump in on-base percentage. Now, besides that, he hit 3 home runs here, 14 RBIs. He had a very clutch postseason. If you guys care about his postseason, it was very, very clutch. And currently his projection's 11 to 13 million a year. At first I thought he was going to want a deal for multiple years, but supposedly he wants a 1-year deal. I'm not positive on this fact, but I'm just going to go with it. So if you're telling me who would I rather have save probably 2 to 7 million and get Josh Bell, or pay the extra primitive, fee, I would say, to get Jose Abreu, I'm taking Josh Bell all the way. I think Josh Bell's the best option for the Padres at this very moment. And the last person we're going to discuss is Brandon Drury. So I'm really going to throw you guys off when we're talking about Drury. You guys may not be happy in my reasoning why I don't want him back, actually. But without further ado, let's hop into Brandon Drury. I mean, Josh Bell and Brandon Drury are very easy discussions because you guys have already heard about him. But let's discuss Brandon Drury. So Brandon Drury is hitting the free agent market for the first time in his career. He's projected to make about the same as Josh Bell, which is kind of crazy because Josh Bell's been the model of consistency in his career. Brandon Drury's been all over the place, to say the least. He definitely had a great time in San Diego. He definitely had a great time in Cincinnati. And keep in mind, he was a spring training invite. This wasn't a guy that was under contract. This wasn't a guy that was performing in his career. He hasn't played more than 100 games besides this year, 3 times in his career in 5-6 seasons. So, yeah, he's only half the time he played above 100 games, and it's not because of injury. It's just the fact that he's been bouncing around from team to team. He's been, waiver wire guy that's been traded, and he's coming off of his career year, so he's going to want to cash in. And I'm sorry, but I just got to go with Josh Bell versus him. Josh Bell has the consistency. I mean, Brandon Drury, age-wise, he just finished. He's literally 10 days younger than Josh Bell. But I'm sorry. I like Josh Bell's consistency. Brandon Drury, you can do a lot more with him. At the same price point, you can put him in a lot more positions. But if you're asking me who do I want, I have to go with Josh Bell. That's why I ordered this list. Josh Bell's our best option. Second's Jose Abreu, and third, we'll go second is Brandon Drury, third is Abreu. But guys, please comment down below your guys' order and who you want to see. And if you have any wild cards to throw in there discussing the San Diego Padres at first base, please comment them down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and peace.
305 to the 619, baby. Let's go. Let's go, San Diego. Live that shit up, San Diego. Let's fucking go. Woo! It's our fucking house.
Hey.
It's our house right here, baby. Let's go.
I love it. Hey.